Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you guys kind of my big takeaways after coming back from the Good and the Beautiful homeschooling convention in Utah. The day that I'm filming this, 1 week ago from this day, I was in Utah giving my second day of presentations. And so I've had time to kind of process and think and soak things up. And so today I am just here to share with you my big takeaways from the convention, my thoughts on if it's worth it, if you should go, kind of what I got out of it. And I'm just here to chit chat with you guys about that. So that's what this video is going to be on. I've got my coffee over here, and so I am just excited to share with you guys. I also am so excited to share with you that there is a giveaway attached to this video. I was incredibly blessed to receive not one, but 2 amazing swag bags from the Good and the Beautiful team for being a part of their, I don't like the term like VIP, but that's what they kind of called it. Their team of people that help them. And my husband also got one because he was in attendance. So we obviously don't need 2 of each of these things. So we are passing the blessing on to you guys through a giveaway in this video. I could have given these away in real life or to my friends or whatever, but I just really wanted to bless one of my subscribers. So to enter the giveaway, you have to be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment down below on how you found my channel or what video I've put out impacted your life, something like that. Just let me know down below. Also, if you were at the convention, let me know down below. But you have to be subscribed, you have to like this video, and you have to leave me a comment, and a winner will be chosen by one of my children. That's the way I usually do it, by random. So you will win a copy of the book Melissa Across the Fence. This is from the Good and the Beautiful library. Tiger on the Mountain. This is another one from the Good and the Beautiful library. All of these actually are. The Mail Wagon Mystery. You will win a copy of this. The Golden Hawks of Genghis Khan, you will win that. A Girl of Limberlost, you will win this, and this is the clean language version. You will also receive a botany unit. This is a K-8 science unit study. And I will also be mailing it to you in this beautiful little canvas bag that all of these goodies were in at the convention. So if you weren't able to make it, this was what we received in our swag bags, and so I am passing these on to you guys. So I hope you guys are excited about that giveaway. If you want to enter, follow those instructions. I will choose a winner at random and comment back to you, and then we'll coordinate shipping information because I will be shipping it directly to you. So now that the giveaway details are out of the way, let's get into my big takeaways from the convention. So the convention theme was like a walk in the woods, and these were the books that everybody got who attended the convention. And inside there was just some information about like shopping, because at the convention, if you shop there, they have a tremendous discount, and the Good and the Beautiful is already priced so low that the discount just makes it like unreal. So they had that in there. Then they had like a breakdown of the schedule, all the different times. Then they had each talk had like a note space. So some of the presenters created like a template where they wanted like fill-ins. Yours truly just had blank space for people to write notes down. My husband took notes in my talks. Like, how cute is that? This is his book. And then in the back are all of our introductions, kind of like to help people see a little bit of who we are, speaker biographies. So I'm in the back of this book here. Let me find myself. Here I am, right next to my girl, Serena. So anyways, this is what we got. And so you could take notes, write things down that stuck out to you. And we're keeping these because these were special. But this was the theme, and it was like such a beautiful woodland theme, which, like, just to give you an idea, Utah is a beautiful state. If you have never visited Utah, you need to go to Utah. We have been, because we live on the West Coast, to Utah several times, but I've actually, like hundreds of times, but I've actually never been to the Salt Lake area. So Lehi, where the convention was held, is about 30-40 minutes from the Salt Lake airport. So you're like surrounded by these beautiful mountains, and there was still snow on the mountains, and it was like a cool air, which was very different from like the 107-degree weather we left. So the setting was just beautiful, and the venue where they held it was amazing. It's like there could be weddings there. We saw like a little area I shared on my Instagram, kind of like there was like a rose garden, and then there was this place called the Show Barn, which was where like the big presentations were held. And the outside was like a red barn, but it was beautiful. It had trees. It was like picturesque. And so the theme, like a walk in the woods, was the perfect theme to go with the setting of where the convention was held. So that alone, it was a beautiful place. It was very easy to navigate. It wasn't in just like a warehouse building. I feel like the little details, the places it was held at, made it even better versus just like some giant convention center, like some other big homeschooling conventions. This one was like personal and more intimate and cozy, and like, I hope I'm describing what it felt like. So I thought it was beautiful. And it was Friday, and all day Saturday. So it was a 2-day convention. So I just am going to share with you my personal takeaways now that I've kind of described what it was like, with you guys. Now, everybody's takeaways are obviously going to be different because I feel like the Lord gives us what we need and what we need to hear. And I just left the convention feeling just so incredibly blessed, humbled, and just like amazed almost. Like, how is this real life? Like, it was just one of those moments in my life that I will remember forever. And it was so special. The whole thing was so special. From being invited, that honor, that privilege to speak at a homeschooling convention, like it touched me, and it was just a defining moment in my life to be confident enough to get up there on stage and share my heart and information with essentially hundreds of strangers. The convention was sold out. I learned from Jenny that the convention this year sold out in about a week. And I didn't say this to her, but I'm going to say it to you guys. I think that me talking about it had a little bit to do with that, because I was jazzed. And the only time I've ever used the YouTube premiere feature was when I announced that I was going, and like, you guys were so excited. So I think just I'm kidding you guys. Like, I don't think it was just because of me, but I think that they have such a strong team of social media people, just genuinely loving what they produce, that it just makes people want to come. And I think she's going to see next year the convention is going to sell out even faster. So anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. It was a very, very, very inspiring weekend. In fact, I filmed a video about 2 weeks before I left for the convention, explaining kind of that I was going to be taking a social media break for the month of July and why, and how I was feeling at the beginning of June to how I was feeling when I got back from the convention. It was like God answered my prayer that I was sharing my heart with you guys about just being like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue to share on YouTube. Like, these were the things I was saying. Like, I just don't feel that exciting. I don't feel that new or inventive. Like, just feeling very down about myself and kind of my purpose here. But you guys will never see that video because I had to delete it. It's the one and only video. Actually, there's one other video I did take down. But that video I deleted because it's just not applicable anymore, because I came back from the convention totally re-inspired and totally reinvigorated and reminded about my purpose here with you guys. And so I just couldn't put up that video, so I had to delete it. So the convention came for me at a very important time, and I didn't even know it. I actually was agreed to attend last September, and the convention was in June. So that was 9 months of preparation and knowing that this thing was going to happen. And so for the timing of all those things, it was just kind of crazy. So I could talk to you for about 3 hours about all the amazingness, and there's going to be parts that I'm going to glance over because I could literally talk to you guys forever about this convention and all the different things and all the different feelings and all that. But I just want to give you like my big takeaways. So the first thing that I want to mention is that I was amazed at just how amazing, and I'm saying amazing again and again and again and again. Count how many times I say amazing and leave it in the comments. Just how amazing the company, the Good and the Beautiful company is. All of the employees, all of the editors for the curriculum, all of the team, the people that work for the company to make it run. They're amazing, you guys. And I have been interacting with a few of them, obviously through email and different things, for over a year. And so to go and meet them in person, to meet Jenny in person, was like, it was just amazing. It wasn't like a fangirl, like, kind of moment, but it was like, just thank you. Thank you so much for what you've done and what you're doing. And they were amazing. The amount of effort and detail that it takes to not only put on this convention and do it as well as they do, but just for me personally, organizing flights and tickets and driving arrangements. And they hosted a dinner at the warehouse, which I shared with you guys in the vlog, for like the social media people that they work with. And to hear Jenny just talk about the company and the growth that the company has experienced and how many people are working for the Good and the Beautiful now, it's all really mind-blowing. And it's even more mind-blowing because it was something that she never set out to have happen. She actually didn't even want to like start a company. It just kind of took on a life of its own. And I relate to that on a level because that's how I feel about YouTube. Like, I never meant for this to become a job, but it is. And so now I'm here and I'm just trying to do the best I can with it. So they were amazing, just the hospitality and just the genuine appreciation that Jenny expressed for us helping her get the word out. It was so heartfelt, and like, you can just tell she truly means what she's saying, and she understands the power of social media and the power of real life homeschooling moms using it and sharing about it. And they were just amazing, all of them. Another thing that I was just so impressed by was in a lot of Jenny's, because she presented at the convention herself, in a lot of her breakout sessions, she was presenting, but she was asking for feedback. And I'm just like, in what other homeschooling curriculum company is asking for feedback as things are being created? Like, it is amazing. It's amazing to me for me to be partnered with them while they're still developing and putting out new products, because the input of us, not just me, but all of us as homeschooling parents, like they are taking note of these things. I sat in on her homeschooling high school presentation, because that's like knocking on my door 2 years away. And she was having us raise our hands to the left and to the right about different things. What do we want? Do we want it to be more independent? Do we want it to be like, they're asking for feedback? Not only that, but they're revising a lot of their history, not because it's incorrect, but just because they want to add more diversity and different cultures into the history that are very important. And one of the most inspiring breakout sessions I listened to was done by Erica from Busy Bees and Me Homeschool, I think, about cultural or heritage. They called it heritage. I don't want to say it wrong. Heritage. Where is it? Heritage studies. Basically, cultural acceptance, tolerance, like understanding and making sure that our kids understand the full teaching heritage studies, incorporating diversity into your homeschool, by Erica Armstead. So touching, amazing. But the good and the beautiful is they're working with her, actually. She's helping them to do that, to make the curriculum even better. And what other homeschooling curriculum is doing that? None. There are none. So I was just blown away by that. So that was like, I was just so incredibly thankful to be working with a company that is still growing and still developing, and to have a small hand in that. It's just like amazing. And I love that they want our honest feedback as parents. And I was just so blessed to see how much Jenny actually cares about what is being put out. It was just amazing. So that was a huge takeaway for me. The second thing I have got to say as a huge takeaway was meeting so many of you guys. I figured I would meet a couple of subscribers, but I had no idea that like you guys were gonna wear your Grace and Grit t-shirts, that you guys were gonna come up to me and tell me like your video on why I homeschooled, like I played that for my husband, and that's kind of how I got him to be on board with us homeschooling. So many touching stories, so many hugs. I hugged so many of you guys. Like it was just amazing. Like that was one of the best things for me, because it's so easy when you've been doing social media for a long time to just see the numbers, and you forget that there are real, even when you don't want to forget, you do forget that there are real people, real lives, real kids being impacted by what you share. And I was touched, like, this is why I do this. And every single one of you guys who came up to me and gave me a hug, I want to thank you, because you guys reminded me of why I do this. And that's why I can't share that other video now, because I was feeling so burned out and just like, ugh. And you guys put wind back in my sails. And so I'm so thankful for all of you who I got to meet. It was truly a highlight of the weekend, and I absolutely loved it. The third thing that was amazing about the convention, and one of the biggest takeaways for me, was meeting so many YouTube friends. I met Angie from This Gathered Nest. I met Serena from the Falco family. I met Erica from My Busy Bees and Me, and I met Jamie from Jamie Kite. Those were the girls that I was able to meet, all of which I've watched their videos prior to this event. All of them I admire and respect, not only in the social media realm of things and their different talents and abilities that they bring to the YouTube table, but just as humans and as mothers. They're all amazing, amazing women, and getting to meet them was like the craziest thing, because we have never met each other, but because we share this YouTube social media thing in common, and we share the love of Christ in common, getting together for the very first time was like we had known each other. It was like there was an instant connection. We were laughing, we were like doing crazy things. It was the best, like to be able to pray with them. Like I was just moved by that. I was so nervous that morning, and I know Serena was so nervous because we were presenting, and Jamie and Angie, I don't know. You got to let me know if you're watching this. What do you want me to call you? I don't know. I don't like saying Angela. It sounds so formal, but Angie, like, are we on that level? I don't know. But either way, we prayed together, and that was like such a moment. Like, we just met like technically 5 minutes ago, and we're standing here praying, like, it was just amazing. So getting to meet them and hug them and laugh with them, even if it was for a short while, was a highlight. And especially Serena and her husband Brian. We did not know that we were going to arrive at the airport at the same time, and it was totally a God thing because she was so nervous, I was so nervous, we were both presenting, and we were able to get in that van together at the same time. And we had a moment when I saw her, I was like, ah, and like gave her a huge hug. And our husbands right away were like best old buddies, and her and I were laughing, and I was telling her I was nervous, and she was like, you got to let that go. And I was like, I know. And we just bonded, her and I think more so because we were presenting and we were both terrified. So we were like each other's little like go-to girl, and like being able to sit next to each other and come off of stage. She was like, you did so good. And I'm like, she came down and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired. And it was just amazing to be with her. And when we left, like I had feelings. I did not want to leave. I want to be with my friend, and she is far away. So we are going to be visiting them. They're going to visit us. We're going to have to make that happen. So that was a huge moment for me. The other thing that was a big takeaway was just the feeling of not letting fear hold you back, because I was scared, you guys. If you watch that vlog, I documented how I was feeling a week leading up to the convention because I wanted to capture that for myself. But as I was standing up there was the first time my hands were literally shaking, which is why I held onto the side of the podium. If you look at any of the pictures from that first day, I'm holding onto the side. And that is why, because I was shaking. I was so scared. But I am so proud of myself for conquering it, and not letting fear hold me back or prevent me from doing it, because so many of you guys gave me that feedback of you were an answer to prayer telling me this. And I'm like, no, thank God, because he gave me he was with me and empowered me to do that. And it blessed a lot of people. And so, just always thinking when you're afraid of something, you should probably do it. And that has been true in my life more times than not. I was afraid to homeschool, and look at all that's come from that one decision. So that was a huge thing. And the last thing that I have to share with you guys that was a huge takeaway for me is that I've been homeschooling for 5 years now, and I feel I have a pretty decent handle on homeschooling and how it all goes. So I went into this convention not really expecting to learn. I thought, I might get some good advice or whatever, but I wasn't really expecting to learn or hear new things to me, because I've kind of been through it and that's not being I know everything, because that's not what I'm saying. But I just was like, that'll be a good talk, or yeah, but I wasn't expecting to get what I got out of it. And what I got out of it wasn't necessarily from a talk that I heard from someone else, although they were amazing. It was just the feeling of being in a room with hundreds of people who share the same desire for their family. That energy was contagious. And I left feeling so reminded, so recommitted to my children's home education, so thankful that we have these beautiful materials, so thankful that there is this homeschooling community that even if it feels isolating, it is not. You just have to find it. And I was just like, I was so boosted up, and I just was not expecting to get that, especially with it being a work trip. Now, I left and I was exhausted because I did work pretty hard. I'm not going to say like, oh, it was so easy. No, it was a lot of work, and I was definitely tired and needed to recover afterwards, which is why I'm only filming this a week later. But it was amazing. Like, I was so encouraged. I am so encouraged. So if you are wondering if you should come next year, the answer is 1000% yes. I guarantee you it will fill you up in ways that you don't even think you need it, and you will leave and you will be so encouraged and inspired for your own unique reasons. God gave me what I needed out of that convention, and I am so thankful, and I know He'll do it for you too. So next year, they usually come out in February, so start paying attention around that time, because the convention was 1000% worth it. You should absolutely make it a priority to go. This was the only homeschooling convention I've ever been to, so I can't compare it to any others, but I can tell you that it far surpassed my expectations, and I absolutely loved my time there for all of the reasons and more. But I've been talking for 22 minutes now, and so see, I could go on for hours, but I just wanted to get on here and share kind of those big things with you guys. And just, you know, a lot of people were like, so what did you think? And so I wanted to tell you what I thought, and I thought it was amazing. Amazing. So be sure to enter the giveaway. I am so excited to be able to do that and give back to one of you guys. So make sure you do all the things I said earlier. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. If you're new, if you were at the convention, I would love to know what you thought of it. Let me know down below. I want to just hear the stories. Tell me the God stories. What did God do in your life through that convention? But yeah, it was amazing. And again, I just want to thank all of you guys for your love and support, because without you, the opportunity to be there would not have ever happened. And I am well aware of that. So thank you guys so, so much from the bottom of my heart for being my supporters and subscribers and watching my content and sharing it and loving me, and just all of you who came up to me. I cannot thank you enough. You reminded me of my purpose and gave me renewed energy to continue to share my journey here on YouTube. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Always